Hi, I'm Christy Rust, the Renegade Pharmacist, Functional Medicine Health Coach, and today I want to give you some eating strategies around the holiday time. Right now, we are well into the holiday season. You can see my Christmas tree in the background here. And that becomes a time where people just really tend to pack on the pounds. By the end of the season, they've gained several of them. So what I want to do is give you some strategies for you to prevent that from happening while still being able to partake in all of the festivities, right? Most of the tips that people give require you to kind of feel left out of things. And that's just crazy because life is meant to be enjoyed. This is your life. It's sustainable kind of stuff. So I've got a few tips for you here today. First thing being, what you might want to try is to exercise before you eat, before you're going out to whatever event. Preferably it would be within an hour or so before, but whatever. The premise, of course, is that you want to kind of do an intense, even if it's only, if you can do a full workout, great, but even if it's only like 10 minutes, 10 minutes of just some intense, do some body weight stuff, push-ups, squats, lunges, whatever. Because you want to use that energy that's stored in your muscles, and then that way the body needs to replace that glucose. So then it gets into your muscles rather than being stored as fat. Okay, so that's the first tip. Second one, try and choose protein and kind of fat-based stuff over the carbs. Okay, so here's how you should, especially if you're at a buffet or whatever, you should load your plate in this order. Go to the vegetables first. I know, it's crazy. Go to the vegetables, pick up lots of those. Try and do half of your plate of vegetables. Usually what you pick first from the buffet is the most that you eat. So go for the vegetables first, try and do half your plate of that, then go for the protein and the fat. Fat, I said fat, right? It's been demonized forever. It's really not as much of a problem as the carbs, okay? So skip the buns, skip all the breads and the pastries and everything else. Do your vegetables, get meats. It'll probably be breaded and fried or whatever anyways. And of course, fat is calorie dense, so don't go crazy with it. But go for that. It will keep you fuller, longer. You'll be less likely to overindulge, and it won't affect your cravings for multiple days after that either. So, okay. So third tip is skip some meals once in a while. And I know it's like, oh, did she actually just say that? Yes, intermittent fasting, if you haven't heard of it, it's actually healthy for you. It's good for your brain. And it's an excellent weight loss strategy. When about 3 or 4 hours after you eat, your glucose levels go down. It puts you kind of into that fat burning mode. You want to, and being in it for a longer period of time actually stimulates some hormones for weight loss and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, who cares why it works? It just does. So if you know you're going out that night, don't eat breakfast that day, and because you want about 12, 16 hours of fasting is ideal. Which for most people usually means skipping breakfast. You can skip lunch too if you want. Or if you've gone out the night before, like you don't have to eat breakfast the next day. It's not, it's not crazy to do that. So my one caveat for that though is if you have adrenal issues that you know of, which is kind of that like way too much stress, you're tired a lot, you're tired all the time, or you're just wired and don't do that. You can do it very once in a while, very occasionally, but don't do it very often because that's actually a stressor, skipping meals, and then that just makes that whole problem worse. Okay, so those are the first three. I will get back to you next time. I have another three for you to do, but I wanted to keep this short and sweet, so catch me next time. Hopefully this helps you survive the holiday parties coming up, and have a healthy day. We'll talk to you next time.